By examining the biblical narrative through the lens of the hero's journey, we gain a fresh perspective on its profound impact and universal appeal. The themes present in both narratives, such as the struggle between good and evil, the transformative power of redemption, and the longing for purpose, resonate deeply with the human heart. This comparison underscores the rich tapestry of the biblical story and reinforces its status as a pivotal tale within the realm of human storytelling. Hey, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to explore how the great biblical redemptive narrative, encompassing creation, fall, redemption, and restoration, offers a profound exploration of human existence and purpose. Interestingly, this narrative structure aligns with the universal pattern known as the hero's journey. In his book, The Hero with 1,000 Faces, Joseph Campbell introduced the concept of the hero's journey, which outlines a recurring story structure found in myths, stories, and religions across cultures and ages. By examining the biblical narrative through this lens, we can gain deeper insights into our own stories and how they relate to the grand meta-narrative laid out in Scripture. Every culture and age has its myths and stories that captivate audiences with their timeless appeal. The hero's journey is a story structure unique in that it can be consistently found across all of those cultures and ages. The hero's journey has been around since man has told stories, but its name was first introduced by Joseph Campbell. This universal pattern describes the hero's transformational journey from an ordinary world to a realm of supernatural and back again. Remarkably, this same structure can be found throughout the entire biblical narrative. From creation to restoration, the biblical story reflects the stages of the hero's journey, enabling us to connect with its themes on a deep level. The biblical narrative begins with the account of creation, described in the book of Genesis. This section paints a picture of the ordinary world, a realm of perfection, peace, and harmony. God, the ultimate creator, brings forth the heavens and the earth, filling them with life and beauty. As a crowning achievement, humanity is made in God's own image to dwell in perfect relationship with their Creator, one another, themselves, and creation. In this context, the creation story mirrors the ordinary world phase of the hero's journey. It sets the stage for the biblical narrative by presenting an idyllic state of being, a world without flaws or suffering. This serves as a stark contrast to the extraordinary events that will follow. The fall marks a pivotal moment in the biblical narrative, the point where humanity's disobedience disrupts the perfect order established in the ordinary world. In Genesis, we witness how Adam and Eve succumbed to temptation, seeking knowledge of good and evil. Their rebellion introduces sin, death, and separation from God into the world. This act of disobedience can be likened to the call to adventure in the hero's journey. Just as the hero is pulled away from their comfort zone and propelled into a realm of uncertainty, humanity's fall launches the narrative into motion. It ignites the central conflict that drives the biblical story forward, setting the stage for divine intervention and redemption. Upon their rebellion, God's first response is grace and a prophecy and promise made to redeem and restore all things through His Son. And the call to adventure for humanity in that moment and in this grand redemptive narrative is partnership in that redemptive work. It's a call for you and I to participate in the greatest story ever told. After the fall, the biblical narrative unfolds as a long and arduous road of trials wherein humanity wrestles with the weight of sin and its consequences. Will humanity walk in acceptance of that call to partnership? God actively engages with His people. He invites a set-apart and chosen nation in Israel into a marriage covenant and relationship, an invitation to guide and partner with them in redeeming humanity. Through these interactions, individuals and nations experience moments of faith and failure, captivity and deliverance, and obedience and disobedience to the invitation. These trials faced by humanity parallel the challenges encountered by the hero in the hero's journey. Both narratives require growth and transformation, testing the character's resolve and reshaping or shaping their identities. Each trial becomes an opportunity for the hero, and in this case, humanity as a whole, to learn, adapt, and prepare for the climax of their respective journeys. The climax of the biblical narrative is embodied in the life, death, and resurrection of Jesus Christ. Everything in the Old Testament leads up and points to this moment in the story. Christ's sacrificial act represents the ultimate ordeal, the moment when the hero faces their greatest challenge, often involving a symbolic death and subsequent rebirth. Jesus' crucifixion stands as the pinnacle of defeat and ultimately brings about the greatest victory in all of history, a victory over sin and death. Through his resurrection, not only does Christ experience rebirth, but all of humanity is offered the gift of reconciliation with God. This pivotal event within the biblical story aligns with the transformational nature of the hero's journey. Just as the hero's ordeal marks a turning point and leads to newfound wisdom and power, Christ's sacrifice provides the means for human redemption on a grand scale. It embodies the transformative power of love and sets the stage for restoration. The final stage of the biblical narrative points towards a promise of restoration, a future reality where God will create a new heaven and a new earth. In this restored world, death, mourning, crying, and pain will be no more. This vision serves as the elixir that humanity brings back from its journey of redemption. It is the hope of restoration that sustains faith and motivates individuals to persevere through trials, mirroring the return phase of the hero's journey. Just as the hero returns to the ordinary world transformed, bearing gifts or knowledge that can heal or improve the world, believers are called to live in anticipation of the promised restoration. Maranatha. They're called to walk in accordance to God's original invitation and call to partnership at the beginning of Act 2 of the story. This outlook reshapes our perspective and actions, influencing how we interact with others and engage with society. The hero's journey framework highlights the significance of this final phase in both individual stories and the overarching biblical narrative. By examining the biblical narrative through the lens of the hero's journey, we gain a fresh perspective on its profound impact and universal appeal. The themes present in both narratives, such as the struggle between good and evil, the transformative power of redemption, and the longing for purpose, resonate deeply with the human heart. This comparison underscores the rich tapestry of the biblical story and reinforces its status as a pivotal tale within the realm of human storytelling. Whether one approaches the Bible as sacred scripture or as epic literature, the parallels with the hero's journey affirm its lasting significance. By recognizing these connections, we unlock new layers of meaning and invite deeper engagement with the biblical narrative. It becomes not just an ancient text, but a timeless account that speaks to our own quests for meaning, redemption, and a return to perfection. The journey from creation to restoration found within the biblical narrative aligns with the stages of the hero's journey. This powerful structure helps frame the biblical story in a way that is accessible, relatable, and profoundly impactful. As we delve into this narrative framework, we are invited to explore the depths of our own experiences and reflect on how they contribute to the grand meta-narrative presented in Scripture. Through this exploration, we can discover shared truths and insights that transcend time, culture, and personal beliefs, revealing the enduring value and relevance of the biblical narrative. How does viewing the biblical narrative through the lens of the hero's journey deepen your understanding of its themes and significance? As we explore the profound connection between the biblical narrative and the hero's journey, we discover a deeper appreciation for the human experience mirrored in these ancient texts. By recognizing the stages and themes present in both narratives, we embark on our own heroic quests. Understanding the whole story hopefully helps us understand our purpose and the adventure we've been called into partnership with the Creator of the universe. Thanks for listening.